Hello everyone, my name is M. Jagdish. I am from 2nd CSME. Today I am going to discuss about iteration statements in Java. Firstly, introduction to the iteration statements. Iteration statements allows for a repeated execution of a block of code. They are essential for tasks that requires repetitive actions such as looping through collections. In Java, there are several types of iteration statements available for developers. Types of iteration statements. Java has three primary iteration statements and they are for, while and do while. Each type serves different use cases based on the requirement of the loop. Understanding the differences is crucial for effective programming in Java. And the first loop is for loop. The for loop is used when the two number of iterations is known beforehand. It consists of three parts and they are initialization, condition and iteration expression. This structure makes it is easy to read and maintain the loop, the logic. For loops syntax. The syntax of the for loop is as follows. For initialization, condition and iteration, each part is separated by a semicolon, enhancing clarity in loop execution. The loop continues until the condition evaluates to false. Example of a for loop. Here is a small example of a for loop. For int I is equals to 0, I less than 5 and I plus plus. This loop prints the numbers from 0 to 4 on the console. The initialization is int I is equals to 0 and the condition is I less than 5 and the iteration is I plus plus. The while loop. The while loop is used when the number of iterations is non-predetermined. It continues to execute as long as a specific condition remains true. The loop is particularly useful for reading data until a specific end condition is met. While loop syntax. The syntax of a while loop is while condition. The block of code inside the loop executes repeatedly as long as the condition is true. It is crucial to manage the loop variables to avoid infinite loops. Example of a while loop. An example of a while loop is int I is equals to 0 while I less than 5. This loop will print numbers from 0 to 4 and increment I each iteration. If I is not incremented within the loop, it will lead to an infinite loop. And the do while loop. The do while loop is similar to the while loop but graduates at least one execution. The condition is evaluated after the loop body executes. This condition is useful when the loop action must occur at least once. Enhanced for loop. The enhanced for loop or for each loop simplifies iterating over arrays or collections. It is particularly useful for avoiding half by one errors in array indexing. The syntax is for type element array which improves code readability. Break statement. The break statement is used to quit a loop prematurely. It can be used in any type of loop to stop execution based on a condition. This is useful for terminating loops when a specific goal is achieved. Continue statement. The continue statement skips the current iteration and proceed to the next one. It can be used in all types of loops to avoid executing certain part of a loop. This statement helps to manage loops for without quitting the loop entirely. Nesting loops. Loops can be nested within another loops to handle more complex iterations. When nesting, it is essential to manage loops variables carefully to avoid confusion. Nested loops can significantly increase computational complexity and runtime. Performance consideration. The choice of loop can impact a performance based on the context of use. For a large data sets, consider using the enhanced for loop for readability and efficiency. Always evaluate the complexity of nested loops to avoid performance issues. Summary of the iteration statements. Iteration statements are fundamental for executing repetitive tasks in Java. Uh, Understanding the different types of loops and their uses cases is essential for effective programming. Applying best practice ensures that loops are efficient, readable, and maintainable. Thank you.